The Abbey first started in 1069, so this year we celebrate our 950th anniversary of its foundation. Originally as a Benedictine monastery, but for the last 500 years as the parish church, or a parish church in Selby. And there's all sorts of things that we're doing this year to celebrate different aspects of our last 950 years, but also what we're doing today and what we're looking to do in the future. One of the next things that's coming up is a great sort of parade and celebration in the town on the 31st of July. Part of the story of how the Abbey came to be here involves a monk from France called Benedict who had a vision of St. Germain, who's told him to come to find a place called Selby in England and found an abbey for him here. And so St. Germain is our patron saint in effect. And the 31st of July is his saint's day. So on that day we're having what we call a living history day, in which we will have different crafts and reenactments in and around the Abbey, but also in conjunction with the District Council, we've got a great sort of arts festival and parade through the town with all sorts of different activities and singing and acting and puppets to celebrate the different parts of that story of how the Abbey came to be here. Good and bad things have happened in the Abbey over the last 150 years, as you can imagine. It's been involved in things like Henry VIII and the dissolution of the monasteries when the monks were kicked out from here, like they were throughout the country, but of course the Abbey Church survived here in a way that it didn't in many other places in Yorkshire and the country, because it was kept by the town as their church. There was the Civil War, the Battle of Selby raged in and around the town, and the Abbey was itself used at that time for stabling the horses and as barracks for the army. But also more recently, in 1906, there was a big fire here. I think often with other people, they often take its existence for granted. And one of the things that we're trying to do during this 950th year especially is to tell that story. Both of that, how it came to be here, but also the different things that happened in the Abbey over the years.